go.
There's a whole surah. ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل.
نعم.
ألم يجعل كيدهم في تدبير وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل. ترميهم بجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول. Now, in Saudi
ما شاء الله أبي بن أبي سلول القرآن. أبي بن أبي سلول بك منافقين القرآن أخي. ما شاء الله.
Well, no, I'm an atheist. I knew.
You shouldn't be surprised.
I knew you 27, 28, and 29. I read them. So yeah. But anyway, so in current Saudi history, there is no evidence
mention about
elephant. There's no evidence of any bones, and plus, if there were elephants, they need water, 10 tons of water every day. And Makkah was very arid; it had no water, so a war of elephants could not have been.
So that's one of your doubts.
Yeah. So
the Ammar is clearly you never studied the chapter, because the chapter never said there were elephants in Mecca. No. First of all, that they came from Habasha.
From Yemen.
From
Yemen, not
Habasha or Yemen. There's one.
No, not Habasha, because Habasha.
Abraha was a Habashi, a king from Abyssinian, you know.
Yeah.
And Abraha was controlling part of Yemen and part of Habasha as well. Some of them are mentioned. Okay. My point here is that you are incorrect, because there is a pre-Islamic poetry speaking about the story of the field. Because me myself, I searched this. When I was speaking to one atheist, he mentioned that. He said, you people talking about the story of the field, how come there is not in the pre-Islamic days? So I searched it, there is. It's mentioned about it. One of the poets mentioned, not one, two poets mentioned about the pre-Islamic days, about the story of the elephants. That's one. The other thing, clearly the story mentioned, they were brought over. For example, when the Muslim fought
the whole
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Let me finish my point. Ammar, let me finish my point.
Listen.
Let me finish my point. Yeah, your point.
It's okay.
Now, what you have to understand, you know, in history, around, I believe, maybe 700 years ago, there was a battle between the Muslims, the Moors, and the Spanish.
Yeah.
And what happened? Yusuf Mutashafin from Mauritania, okay, Murabitun, they took camels with them to Spain. But we know there's no camels in Spain. No. But no one said those camels that were from Spain. No, they were brought over. Understand? So same thing, the elephants.
Hannibal took elephants across the Alps.
That's fine.
Spain, Italy, to the Romans. And he fought them.
What I'm trying to say is that there are no bones. There's no evidence.
No, but for no. But wait. No. That's not good.
Okay.
No. Let me teach you. Ammar, that's not good point. That's not good point. You know why? There's no good point. You know why? Evolutionists, Darwin, those who believe in Darwin evolution, they say that the way evolution happened, it happened in very slow motion. Okay.
Absolutely. That's how it is.
Okay. Now, if we dig the earth, easily we can find human bones, animal bones. Why is it taking us thousands of years to find the missing links?
Yeah.
Well, if it was widespread upon the earth, that was a time when someone was half human, half something, or quarter of something, the quarter of this. If there were thousands of us,
that's a very good answer.
I'll
give you the answer.
Dinosaur, yeah. It's not good, but your argument is not good. Your argument is not good.
No.
Yeah.
Well, if we look at the bones, which we have found, and from 40,000 years, we've now found some bodies buried in ice as well, pre-Neolithic humans, who were between a link between chimpanzees and us. If you look at the DNA, humans and chimpanzees, they have 99% similar DNA.
If you actually study that, so that claim that's been made that a human and chimpanzee has 99% DNA, basically there's a lot of bias in that experiment. So Bart Rusk, he has a refutation on Darwinist evolution. A lot of these experiments he shows in terms of paleontology, in terms of molecular biology, that there's a lot of things which are inconsistent. For example, carbon dating. How are they going to find something that came about 40,000 years ago? By carbon dating. But even carbon dating has flaws when you go after 10,000 years.
No, I agree with that.
So you have to understand, because even in terms of evolution has been pumped today as something which is an objective truth. Even though it's an assumption being made which cannot be proved.
Absolutely.
So
I agree with you on that. If you ask me, I don't know how we got created,
No, but
because there are absolutely.
But our argument, to go back here, because my brother, he knows about this issue. That's why I let him speak. Okay.
I wish I could buy you a coffee.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're
Why?
a nice
Because I'm
guy.
Algerian.
No,
We'll
you're a
have
nice
coffee.
guy. No, you're a nice guy.
Thank you very much. So what is the
Okay,
second question?
my second question.
Go on. But is that clear?
Yeah.
The first one.
No. But we will.
But your argument is not good because why? We
Listen,
cannot find the bonds and the forces
brother,
of the.
I'll give you my phone number.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
we'll stay in
Inshallah,
touch.
no problem.
Okay.
I would love to have
Now,
exchange
second,
numbers.
Hijr al-Aswad.
Second?
حجر الأسود.
Hajr al-Aswad.
Hajj Hazard, okay.
So I was actually here in the Imperial Museum because I've done many umrahs and Hajj,
Yeah.
you know. So it was interesting because I saw a stone, a black stone, which was a meteor.
Yeah.
And I just said, it looks a bit same. And the guy who was standing on the exhibition,
Yeah.
I said to him, can I touch it? Because it was actually in glass. Yeah. And he said, why do you want to touch it? I said, well, this exactly looks like Hijr Aswad.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, I have to ask my supervisor. So anyway, they got that out. And I said, can I kiss it? Because obviously, you know.
What, every black stone you go kiss?
No, not every block.
I'm joking.
Listen.
Go ahead.
You know, when you do Umrah, you kiss the
black stone, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've done that many times.
Okay.
So I touched it, absolutely the same feeling. When I kissed it, same feeling. So actually, I said to him, do you know what? This stone is exactly like the black stone in Makkah. And that guy was an astrophysicist. And he said, actually, the stone in Makkah is a meteor, which actually landed.
But that's based on the assumption that God doesn't exist. For him to say that, because remember, if someone doesn't believe God exists,
You
they're going to
explain
explain away everything.
Everything, yes.
And even that argument to say that because you touch and kiss a black stone. So if I kiss steel and aluminium,
Yeah.
one second.
But listen,
Let-
the
let-
same
let me-
black
let me-
stone.
let me finish.
Okay, sorry. I apologize.
No problem, let me finish.
Same black stone was stolen by a Bahrainian.
Yes, of course, but the
and-
Qaramita.
Yeah, Qaramita. And he actually, unfortunately, for years, did shit on it.
Who? What?
Yeah. The one, the Bahraini guy who took the black stone out of
Never
Mecca.
shit.
No,
Well, you can see pictures. It happened. You know how long it happened? Happened 800 years ago.
You see him?
Happened 800 years ago. How you see him?
I just read about it.
Yeah, bro, come on. You believe everything, Ammar, man. Ammar, you have to be careful. Ammar, the argument is battle. Ammar, you know why not from you, yeah? Ammar, look. You know, you seem a nice guy. Yeah, no, nice guy. Nice
Guy, not gay.
Yeah, sorry. No.
I don't have problems with gays as well.
Yeah, no, okay.
Everyone is
No.
each to their own.
Wait. First of all, I noticed that your argument of respect is not that strong. You understand? And my brother here mentioned a good point. You know when you go to those who don't believe in God, yes? Akhi, move the alley, please, because you know people are gonna barakallah fi.
Thank you.
You know?
That's a good one.
Of course, teaching of Prophet Muhammad, he said that, alayhi
exactly.
salam. You know? So my point is, Ammar, that those who do not believe in God, if they come across anything, they're going to explain it according to their belief. What is their belief? There is no God. There is a way to explain it in a way which is material. You see what I'm saying? So our point here is, Allah in the Quran never taught us to believe Islam is the truth because just that's it. No, Allah gave us adillah wal barahin. You know al-barahin?
Can you not film it?
No problem, it's okay. It's too late, many people filmed you. Barahin, you know Barahin, Ammar, Barahin called self-evidence. What is self-evidence? Like now today is a day. For you to say to me, prove to me is a day, that would be crazy, okay? So now us when we reflect upon the creation and we see the order and you can see the wisdom, the knowledge and the power behind the creation and all of these attributes has to exist in something.
But think about this. I completely agree and
Yeah.
take your point. I exactly take your point. I'm not 100% believer on evolution as well.
Yeah. So you're agnostic. You're more agnostic.
Well, atheist, agnostic, whatever. Because there are lots of questions.
Atheists, they say there's no God, absolutely. Yeah. But you're not like that.
I don't know whether there's
Because it
a God.
doesn't make any sense. To be honest, Ammar, yeah? Wallahi, many times I'm traveling to Scotland, to Birmingham, and you see the beauty.
That's where I grew up, Scotland.
Yeah, I lived in Glasgow.
Edinburgh.
I went to Edinburgh as well. We went to give dawah, and 5 people become Muslims there. 5 people. Smile, man. 5 people become Muslims. You see, he's not smiling. Alhamdulillah.
Do you know why? This is
Wait, before you tell me why. First of all, when you travel and you see the beauty of the creation, that's what Allah said in the Quran. To you and to me, إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. Allah said, in the change in the day of the night and alteration, within the creation of the heavens and the earth and the alteration of the day and night, It is a science for people of understanding.
Fair enough.
Those who reflect upon the creation of Allah.
What do you think about Warqa bin Nawfal's role in Islam?
No, but if we come to Warqa bin Nawfal, first of all, let us establish that no one can escape that this tremendous creation came just randomly. Look, simple phone, simple example. You're a doctor, yeah? Wallahi, if you bring someone from a desert or in a jungle and you give him the phone, yeah? He never see the one who made the phone. Ammar, yeah? Focus on me, please. He will look at the phone, yeah? There is a menu, there is a camera. He doesn't know the guy who made it. He doesn't know what his shoe size, none of that. But with natural inclination and a sound reasoning, he would tell you this was made, was created. Okay, what about the creation of the heavens and the earth? What about you and I? We have a nose next to our mouth before you eat, smell food. You have eyebrows above your eyes. You have teeth in your mouth, not in your eyes. If everything happened randomly, how come we never see a child having his feet in his mouth or his head in his bum, his backside? Why?
No, children suck their feet.
No, I'm not saying that. If it's randomly, Ammar, be honest, Ammar.
You must understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Ammar, what I'm saying, yeah?
Sorry.
Ammar, no, we have to be honest. Why, Ammar? Yeah? This life is very short. Understand? Have you been Morocco, Algeria?
No, I have not.
Okay. Imagine you're going to travel to Algeria, okay? You don't know which currency they use.
I watched a movie about Algeria.
There's many movies. Okay.
There was a very nice movie, French movie, where the Christian monks who used to live in...
Don't trust French movies about Algeria, especially French movies.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, listen to this.
A few God's men. So it was a very interesting movie, actually. You should watch it.
All right, no problem. I'm too busy for that. Anyway, I just told you the life is too short, Ammar. How are we going to watch this? No, listen to this, Ammar, yeah? So you ask, as a person with a sound reasoning, you step back, you say, okay, which currency they use in Algeria? Is it a safe country? Is it cold? Is it hot? You will not just know what, let me get there and I will come to know. No, you will study before. Likewise, one day we're going to live this life. For certainty, there's nothing guaranteeing this life except death.
Absolutely.
And we're going to die. So we have to ask ourselves.
I see people dying every day.
That's what I'm saying, you're a doctor. You should ask ourselves why we have to die. What will happen to us? So will Allah tell us to reflect?
Do you know what do I believe?
So, wait a minute. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, like we don't believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, not because of that, not because he said that.
I'm not saying anything about that.
We have a tangible proofs from his prophecy, his miracles. The prophets and messengers that came before him, prophesying about him, how prophets in the Quran, the teaching of the Quran, his legislation, all of that coming together give us certainty and knowledge that Muhammad must be the messenger of Allah. So wallahi, think about it deeply.
Okay.
We can exchange number.
Well, yeah, we can,
Okay.
definitely.
No
I like
problem.
you. I think you're.
Thank you for giving me time to speak.
No, you're the only polite Muslim I've met. Seriously.
No, I don't believe
because,
that.
No,
There's many.
seriously.
No.
Because they start
There's-
fighting, and
Yeah,
you
no.
as well.
polite, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so you're polite.
So that's
okay,
two now.
My question about
There's
religion.
many Muslims out there. There's
if
brothers here more polite than me.
If you think about Judaism and then Christianity and then
Yeah,
Islam,
yeah.
they all came around 500 miles, 500 years radius. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
So basically, if you look at the difference. Judaism, Christianity, and geographically, they were all in 500 miles. Okay.
Okay, yeah, the geography, okay, yeah.
And
okay.
all in 500 years.
Okay.
For me, if God had only sent one religion, one prophet, I would have been more happier to accept that. But why did God have to resend the message again and again?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And
That's a good question.
let me finish.
Yeah. Of course, let me finish.
And why didn't he send one prophet to South America or one to China? Because it would have been more practical.
Okay. Now this is a good question. First of all, this question again is based upon assumption. Why? Because also sometimes what we want from God, we want God to follow our way. Now you're asking why God not do this. Another person will come, no, I want God to do something else. Okay? The complete opposite. So God is not subjected to your desires or my desires. Okay? But the question you ask, why God had sent other prophets and messengers, that's been explained. When God sent the prophets, of course, that we've been upon the earth for centuries. Okay? So no way is going to send a prophet to live forever. So the whole prophet that God sent, either that prophet was specific for the nation and their time, and the legislation was given to him specific for those people. Yeah. So based upon God's wisdom, God sent another prophet with another teaching to different generations. Okay. Or the prophet, his teaching is been corrupted. So God would send another prophet. Okay.
Just question. Okay. If it's God's teaching,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be corrupted.
That's a good point. If God's teaching should not be corrupted, but remember, Why? Because those rabbis, they said to God, let us be in charge of the book to take care of it.
And God was so simple.
No. God put them as a test, okay? God put them as a test. First of all, Ammar, to be honest, your argument cannot stand. You know why? Because you have no criteria to determine how God should react or how should behave.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I
so
agree
now
with that.
the only way for us to know how God should do this or that is by going back to the revelation. If we establish that Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet and the revelation he came with is from God, logic dictates we must follow him, because the Most High will not choose a liar to convey his message. Okay? Now watch this. Now the question you should ask me, why you believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet? That's the question, because if I establish Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet with a logical argument, with the tangible proofs, logic dictates, we should believe what he came with.
Shams, brother,
Yeah.
is your name Shams?
Shamsi.
Yeah, Shamsi. You've convoluted my question. My question is, in 500 years, 500
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
miles-
yeah, I'm coming.
Why
I'm
did
coming to
God
it.
had to
I'm
send
coming to it.
three
No.
religions?
No. Allah answered this in the Quran. Allah said, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. We have sent a messenger to every nation. No, not to the Jews, no, to every nation, proclaiming, worship Allah and stay away from the false gods. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned another verse, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن رَسُولٍ مِن قَبْلِكَ إِلَّا وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ مِن رَسُولٍ إِلَّا نُوحِي إِلَيْهِ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنَا فَاعْبُدُونِ. We have not sent a messenger before you, O Muhammad, except we reveal to him there is no one worthy of worship except Allah. So worship Allah. So Allah mentioned clearly, for Allah sent prophets and messengers to every nation. However, some of the prophets and messengers, their teachings was not preserved, and they never had many followers. Those who had many followers, the Moses and Jesus and Prophet Muhammad, who was the last prophet. You see? So now,
Do you know about Ahmadi Muslims?
Ahmadi, they're not Muslims.
Well, they call themselves Muslims.
Yeah, but let's analyze that, yeah? If in the Quran Allah said there, وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ وَمَا محمد
ولكنه رسول.
No, where's the verse? ما كان محمد أبا أحد من رجالكم ولكن رسول الله وخاتم النبيين. قراءة أخرى وخاتم النبيين. Okay? Now, if in the Quran it clearly says Allah, the Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet and he's the beauty of the prophets and messengers. Yes? Both qira'at, recitation, yeah? Now, if we believe Prophet Muhammad is the last prophet, how can someone who believes in the Quran believe there is another prophet? That's contradiction.
Yeah, I know, but they don't call themselves prophet. They say it's Mahdi, actually.
No, they say Prophet. First, he started as what? As a reviver of Islam.
Yeah.
Then he claimed to be Mahdi.
Yeah.
Then he claimed to be Prophet Isa. You know, as I say in Arabic. بالعربي يقول لك الجنون فنون.
Yeah, he was.
Craziness is skills.
Yeah, he used to be a very big alim, you know?
No, he was a big shooter.
Yeah, no, I mean, he was a very good alim before he became like
No,
that.
he was kadab.
But
He
yeah,
was kadab.
Interesting.
So now, when you were Muslims, yeah?
Yeah.
If someone asked you why you believe Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, how would you answer him?
I still don't know.
You see, because that's a problem, Ammar. You know why? Not just you. Because, you know, I've been giving da'wah. Many Muslims, our family and our parents, may Allah forgive them, Allah have mercy upon them. When they taught us about Islam, they never taught us the correct Islam in a way. Allah said, pray, proof of this and that. Islam is the truth because this logical argument, rational argument, with evidences. They say, pray. Why? Just pray, shut up. Okay? That's a wrong way of teaching. Of course, our families, our parents, due to the invasion of the West in our countries, and especially Algeria. In Algeria, the French, they abandoned my language.
Yeah.
In Algeria, we're not allowed to speak Arabic or teach Arabic. That was in 1948.
Yeah.
When the French were fighting against Hitler to have the Zionists. And they were in Algeria killing children and women. Look at the hypocrisy of the French, yeah?
No,
So my
I
point here
watched that movie
is,
about,
so my father,
that Libyan guy, Desert of Light.
What
was his name?
So, Omar Mukhtar. But what she said. So may Allah forgive our parents because they lived in a time when ignorance was forced upon them. But now we are able to learn and study. Rather, this social media is good for us to convey the true Islam with the proofs and evidences. You understand? Why Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet? Ask me that question.
I'll ask you when we're alone. I'll give you my number.
Inshallah. We'll ask exchange number, inshallah.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring you back to the truth. Inshallah.
And what if your prayer is not heard then?
No, it's heard. There's 3 ways Allah heard our prayer. He will answer it, or He will leave it as a reward for me in the hereafter, or He will remove calamity for me.
Listen, let's
Truth
see.
and dua.
Let's see whether
To be
your
honest,
prayer works.
you know, Ammar, I don't really use my personal experience as a proof, but what happened to me, how I was in the past and now, wallahi, it's so amazing how Allah heard my prayer.
Shamsi, what's your number?
999. For emergency. Say Shamsi, they put you through. Let me put you. Be nice. Alright, this is WhatsApp number. So
Assalamu alaikum brothers and sisters. Hope this video was helpful for you. This may help others too, so please consider sharing, and we will bring more videos in the future inshallah. So consider subscribing and you won't miss any. Jazakallahu khairan.